Hello ladies, my name is Chinyere Okorocha. I'm a career mentor, I'm a career coach, I'm a lawyer by professional, and I have 30 years to my credit building a successful career and navigating the ladder whilst being a mom, a wife, and juggling the work-life balance that we always talk about. On our episode today, I want to talk about the importance of creating a career blueprint. And a career blueprint is basically a list of things that you hope to achieve when going up the career ladder. What you hope to accomplish by a certain time frame and an outline plan. Just as when you're building a house, you have a plan or a design, you get an architect to help you draw up a plan of how many rooms, how many bathrooms, how many living rooms, how the kitchen will be, how the living room will be, whether you want a garden, a gym, a home office. So it is with our careers. It's very important that when you're a female professional in a career, you have to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, how are you going to get there? So today we're going to talk a little bit about what this career plan is and how to go about it. And I'd like to read you the story of my friend called Janet, who found herself in a peculiar situation, and we're going to look at what we think Janet should do. So I will read. Janet rushed into her home, barely exchanging greetings with her husband Charles, an engineer, as well as her chubby twins, who were attempting to jump all over her as they usually did when she came back from work. Charles, somewhat reserved, wondered what was amiss this time, as it was obvious that she wasn't her usual jovial self. The truth of the matter is that she had just been passed over for a promotion. The third time in a row in a company where she had worked for almost 10 years. Janet constantly gave her best on whatever task she was given, and she went out of her way to add qualifications to her portfolio to increase her knowledge base on a regular basis. She used to think that it was a general bias against women in her organization. But come to think of it, she thought, two of her colleagues steadily grew above her in the workplace in terms of their roles, and were now heading up their own branches, while she remained in the same department doing the very same task day after day. Does this sound like anybody you know? Janet made a beeline for her bedroom, flinging her bag on the floor, yanking off her wig, and wriggling off her shoes in rapid succession. Charles could tell that she was unhappy. He noticed the quiet sobs as he reached to draw her closely. And then she said, with her head bowed down, "3 times, Charles, 3 times," she sobbed as tears continued to stream down her cheeks. Charles knew exactly what she was talking about. "I didn't get the promotion again," she said quietly to herself, as if saying it quietly would make any difference to the utter sense of despair and frustration she was currently experiencing. When morning came, she was on her feet again, heading out just as early as she usually did. But this time around, her sprint was slower, as she remembered she would be going back to give her very best yet again, without any hope of getting promoted or seeing the great dreams she had for her career come true. Weeks later, Janet told herself, there has to be a way to change the status quo, or perhaps it's time for her to move on and go to where her efforts will be appreciated and rewarded. I can't be doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. That's madness, isn't it? She said to herself. Going back to the drawing board was the only solution. She knew she needed to do things differently, but she just didn't know exactly how to go about it. She really couldn't imagine herself continuing on the same path, doing the same things, and getting the same results year after year. Does this sound like someone that you know? Did Janet's story resonate with you in any way? I certainly can identify with the frustration and the sense of helplessness that she felt, not wanting the same negative results year in, year out, but not knowing exactly what to do about it. The truth of the matter is that Janet had no career plan. If she had a plan, she would have been working towards a plan that would tell her exactly what she needed to do in order to get promoted. Without a plan, she really didn't have any basis for her expectation of a promotion. Let us now examine this concept of career planning and having a career blueprint in more detail and recognize its importance in career growth. Because a lot of the time, we women and female professionals, we feel like we're victimized. We feel like we're being passed over. We feel like we are putting in so much and getting very little in return. But the question I have for you today is, what are you doing? What exactly are you doing to ensure your promotion? What mechanisms have you put in place to ensure that when opportunities arise, you're first in line to be picked? Can you actually tell me the plan that you're working towards? Just like you wouldn't build a house without a plan, I do wonder why most women build their careers without a plan. We spend so many years in the university, studying 4 years in university. I mean, woe betide you if you're in the medical field. I think medicine is like 7 years. Then you do another year of the master's, perhaps a doctorate. You do various certifications, and at the end of the day, you get pittance as a salary, or you stay in the same position year in, year out. I'm here to tell you today, ladies, that there are things you can do to ensure that you get picked for that promotion. That in your organization, when they're thinking about laying off people, that your name will not be on the list of those they want to let go of. There are things you can do. Working towards a plan that has written down exactly what it takes to be promoted, what you need to do to yourself, to your profession, to your, let's say, experience level, the things you need to do to ensure that you go up the career ladder. And in our next episode, I'm going to share more light on this.